Warm greetings from TNV Academy. Today in this session, we are going to discuss about process validation as per ISO 13485 Medical Devices Quality Management System Standard. However, before we move forward, let us discuss about the key learnings of today's session. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand what is process validation as per ISO 13485. Stages of process validation, and the last one is types of process validation. So let's start our discussion and discuss what is process validation as per ISO 13485. Process validation is defined as the collection and evaluation of data from the process design stage throughout production, which establishes scientific evidence that a process is capable of consistently delivering quality products. Process validation involves a series of activities taking place over the life cycle of the product and process. The manufacture of safe and high quality pharmaceutical products requires good manufacturing processes. This is the goal of process validation, which is ensuring pharmaceutical products consistently meet quality standards and expectations. The way to achieve this is through the three stages of process validation. The three stages of process validation is the protocol published in 2011 by the Food and Drug Administration (FDA). In the US, guidance from the European Medicines Agency published more recently promotes stages that are very similar. The protocol applies especially to pharmaceutical manufacturing and involves an approach to validation that covers the entire life cycle of a product. The underlying principle is that you cannot be sure of quality by only testing the finished product. Instead, you need to build in quality as well as efficiency and safety through each step of the manufacturing process. This is what the three stages of process validation aims to achieve. The definition of process validation from the FDA is as follows: the collection and evaluation of data from the process design stage through commercial production, which establishes scientific evidence that a process is capable of consistently delivering quality products. Now let's move forward and discuss about the stages of process validation. Process validation as per ISO 13485 is a three-stage process. The three stages of process validation are: Stage 1, process design; Stage 2, process validation or process qualification; and the last stage is continued process validation. So let us discuss all the three stages one by one in detail. Process design. This is the research and development phase and involves defining a process for manufacturing the product. It usually includes the following: creation of a quality target product profile (QTPP), identifying critical quality attributes (CQAS), define critical process parameters (CPPS), and the last one is conducting risk assessments. From a regulatory point of view, an essential component of this stage is meticulous and comprehensive record keeping. That said, the collection and evaluation of data as part of this process validation stage also has business benefits too. This is because you can use the data to optimize your production process, create efficiencies, and troubleshoot problems. Stage 2, process validation or process qualification. The process qualification stage of process validation entails process design evaluation to determine if it is effective for quality production. First, the manufacturing facility should be designed according to the requirements of current standard practices. Next, qualification of utilities and equipment should be conducted, such as making sure that they are built and installed in compliance with design specifications. Finally, process performance qualification should be executed through a protocol and documented in a report. It involves collecting and evaluating data on all aspects and stages of the manufacturing process. This includes the building and facilities, which is ensuring they adhere to local regulations as well as pharmaceutical manufacturing regulations. The transportation of raw materials, storage of raw materials, the knowledge, training and working practices of production line employees. Every step of the process to turn raw materials into the finished product. This includes having predefined sampling points at various stages of the process. And the last one is finished product packaging, storage and distribution. Stage 3. Continued process verification. After process design and process qualification, the third stage of process validation deals with setting system to continually ensure that the validated process remains in such a state during routine production. Continued process verification often incorporates the use of statistical process control (SPC), the continuous monitoring and sampling of process parameters and quality attributes, and the scheduled maintenance of the facility utilities and equipment. It is essential for good documentation practices to be employed throughout the validation process. And finally, let us now discuss the various types of process validation as per ISO 13485 standard. Process validation is often categorized according to the time it is performed in relation to the production schedule. Based on description, there are 4 types of process: validation prospective, validation retrospective, validation concurrent, validation and revalidation. Let us discuss all the 4 types in detail. Type 1. Prospective validation. It is implemented when any product will be manufactured with a new formula or within a new facility, also known as pre-market validation. Prospective validation is usually carried out before commencing routine production. It is also considered as the foundational type of validation because it is the starting point for any product that will be released under new conditions. Type 2. Retrospective validation. It is conducted only when the manufacturing process has not formally undergone a documented validation. Retrospective validation is normally fulfilled with the use of historical data and trends analysis to provide evidence that the process is at a state that it is intended to be in. In most cases, it is no longer an acceptable approach to process validation because any product should have already been validated before its commercial distribution. Type 3. Concurrent validation. It is done during regular pharmaceutical production to demonstrate that the process performs at the level that it should in the course of its actual execution. While concurrent validation is still an acceptable approach to process validation under certain circumstances. For example, manufacturing medically necessary drugs in coordination with the US FDA to prevent a short supply. The agency continues to emphasize that it should only be used rarely. Type 4. Revalidation. Revalidation is more widely used for medical devices than drug products. It is executed when prospective validation reaches a conclusion that the manufacturing process is unable to produce the product consistently. Moreover, a criteria for revalidation may be indicated in the original validation protocol. The revalidation process may not be as comprehensive as the initial validation, especially if the situation only calls for some aspects to be repeated. We have now come to the conclusion of this session. In case you have any questions regarding today's topic, then please do write back to us in the comment section of the video and we will be definitely answering them. Till we meet next, it's best wishes from TNV Academy. Thank you.